All right, so I've run into an issue here where I'm happy with the way I've drawn the speaker part of I'm pretty happy. This has to kick over a little more here with how I've drawn the speakers. But now that I'm adding in the shoe, I've come to realize that they're in the wrong spot and I don't want to redraw them all over again. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use sort of like a hack or a trick that artists use all the time. And I'm going to use a piece of tracing paper. So, I have different sizes. This one is actually a really good quality called vellum, but depending on the size of what you need to use is the size of what you need to move is the size of what you should take. You're also going to need some masking tape, which is this specific tape, the yellowish tape. I've ripped a small piece, and you want to take away some of the stickiness on the tape. So I'm gonna put it on my hoodie, and I'm just going to pull it off so it gets like some lint on the back. So it's still sticky. It's just like a little less sticky. And I'm just going to gently, I'm not pushing this on very hard. I'm just gently taping this down because I want to take it off and not have my paper rip. So very carefully, I am going to trace exactly the way I want to move this onto my paper. Is how this should be done very slowly. I'm moving a little fast because I don't want the video to get too long. But you should take your time and trace out the lines exactly the way that you want them to look. Okay. Make sure you get all the detail you've added. Now I know that once I started to add in this shoe, I could tell that the spacing was off. So I could tell these need to drop down lower. So now I'm going to very gently peel this off. I'm going to put my drawing aside. You really do not want to work on top of your drawing because it will get it'll get ruined. So here's just some scrap paper so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm flipping the tracing paper to the back, and I'm going to take a really dark ebony pencil, and I'm going to press as hard as I can and scribble scrabble over all of the lines I just drew. And every now and then I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to hold it up over my head to the light and just check that I've copied all the lines. So you don't want to do something like this where the line is very skinny. You really want to like widen the line or fatten the line by sort of scrabbling over it in a way that's much, much wider to ensure that you've really thoroughly covered. It should look messy. This is going to go in the trash. Some people kind of like to scrabble this way, side to side. Okay, so pretend I've done the other part. I don't want to take too much time in doing this. Pretend. Yay, done. Now I'm going to take my drawing back. Okay. I'm going to get a nice heavy clean eraser, which I have right here. And now I'm going to erase the speakers. Actually, I'm just going to erase this left side because I didn't really do the right side yet. Erase as thoroughly as you can. And now I'm going to, oh shoot, I'm just kidding. I did the right side. Oh, I'm so silly. Erase this. Hopefully you don't really see much erasure marks. Okay, so now I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to put this back down using the tape, but I'm repositioning it. So it used to be there. I want it lower. Let me see, it was, yeah, so I want it like this. So now I'm going to tape this back down. And again, we're pretending that I have both pieces done because you definitely don't want to do this until this part is really, let me do it quickly. Here I am trying to save time. Do not do this at home. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to retrace these into the new position. Oops, it's not low enough. Hold on. It's got to be lower. Let me check. Yep, it's like that. Okay. Yep. So very slowly, it is, you can totally do this in pencil, but it is best to do this in pen. Just so you can make sure that you're really pressing hard. This part is really all about how much pressure you're using. And for this, unlike that scribble scrabbling, you really want to be as exact as you can when you're tracing. And the pressure that you apply is going to move the drawing onto the paper. Now it is going to transfer it, if you do this correctly, in a way that's very dark. Blah. So before you do anything else, you really should take an eraser. Notice how I'm kind of like tapping or swiping it. You do want to lighten up the line, okay, before you start shading. And now I've saved myself the headache of having to redraw my well-drawn speaker. I'm just going to sort of touch up a little bit how it goes into and there we go. Voila!